Grand rising, peace, peace, love, harmony, and a light. Um, Let me just make sure audio is good. I think it's good. I believe it's good. I don't know if it's good, so I'm gonna just wait and see. All righty. I know it's a bit early right now, but you know, let us get this started. Let us get this started. Let us get this started. All right. For real, for real, for real, for real. Grand rising to each and every one of you. I know it's a bit early, like I said, but I'm gonna actually do a series of videos today. So I'm gonna start early. All right, all right, all right, all right. So we're gonna talk into this bill right here. A lot of people, that's gonna probably, ruffle your feathers, or a lot of people are not gonna, you know, see the reality in what I'm saying, and that's cool. That's cool. All right, that's cool. I'm not here to convince anybody of anything. I'm just gonna show you the facts. That's it. Now, we go. If a choice and the decision is to live on reservations is a choice to rather than continuing to fight for the land taken by war, broken treaties, or swindled. All right. Now, when we speak of, or when I speak, I could only speak from my perspective. All right. But before I really even get into that, let me just, acknowledge, those of you who have actually tuned in. Just want to say peace and love to each and every one of y'all. Hope you guys had a great, you know, restful night. And I hope you're looking forward to a great continuation. Like I said, I'm going to do a series of videos today. Some of it may ruffle your feathers, and some of it will actually, get you a little hype. But like I always tell people, I'm not going to deal with feelings. I'm going to deal with the facts. All right. And there's a reason why I say slavery is a choice. Okay. It's a choice because of a lack of knowledge. You feel me? And even sometimes people know the knowledge, they still choose to be in the situation that they choose to be in. You know why? Because they don't want to step up and do what they have to do for themselves. And I've realized that a lot of people just want to wait, depend on the government to do things for them. And that's the problem. That's the problem. You see, everybody talk, a lot of people talking about, especially nowadays, indigenous, aborigines. But do you really know what it means? All right. To be indigenous means that, in my perspective, to be an aborigine, all right, it means that you know how to be on the land and work the land. All right. You know how to provide your own food, grow your own food. You feel me? You know how to create ways to get your own water. That's what it means to me to be indigenous. You feel me? So that's why I tell people, when you choose to be in a certain state of mind or a certain paradigm, it is a matter of choice. And I'll get into all that. But before I even do that, let us give thanks to the great spirit. Let us give thanks to the great I am. Let us give thanks to our ancestors that live within us. A lot of people, and I tell people, there is no way I'm going to ask my ancestors to rest in peace. All right. Why would I ask my ancestors to rest in peace? All right. I'm not going to condemn them to an eternal death, because there's no such thing as death. So why would I ask them to go rest in peace? No, I'm not going to do that. All right. Their spirits are alive in me. So therefore, I want them to be alive. I don't want them to rest. I want them to continue to motivate me. I want their spirits to get angry and mad, all right, at the situation that our people are actually in right now. All right. I want them to be mad and angry at our people for allowing themselves to be in the position that they're in today, because they know damn well they could see. And a lot of them are pretending that they can't see because they don't want to face the responsibility. So y'all a lot of you may hate this video. Man, that's what I don't give a damn. Whether you hate it, you like it. I don't do videos for like. I drop the facts, and it's facts over feelings. And that's what I'm going to give you today. So I'm going to share a video with y'all. All right. I'm going to share a video with y'all and just let it play for a minute and let it resonate. The link of the video is also below. All right, so y'all could get into it yourself, but let me share that with you. And so you see, and it's been talked about for a minute. So let us share this video here. All right. This video here is from I'm not sure if the internet is a little bit choppy sometimes. So let me just make sure that you guys are getting the full. Give me a second here, brothers and sisters, please. All right, give me a second here. Give me a second here, please. All righty. Okay. All right, beautiful. So we have this. I'm going to play this video for y'all, okay? And I might not play the entire thing, but for you to see the video in its entirety, the link is below. But I'm going to just play a little bit of that. Let it play.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, in life, everybody's objective and purpose is basically the same. It's to get all you can out of it and be peaceful and be happy. Right now, I want you to put your mind in neutral, because right now, I want to shock you right now, because my whole message is built around my passion. And after playing 11 years and being rejected 7 times, now you know why I'm here today. We have athletic slavery going on in America today. And it starts at a young age. These are fundamentally imposed characteristics that parents are exploiting their own children, showing them that without athletics, you're going to amount to nothing. After my 11-year career, I've played with players that felt they couldn't do anything but be an athlete because it was taught at such a young age. And the worst kind of athletic enslavement came when Emmitt Smith retired in 2005. He sat there crying right in front of his owner, his master. And he said, "Thank you for this life you have given me." That's what you call slave theology, putting his master right at the hand of God. And what kind of message does that send to the youth? Here's Emmitt Smith. You showed all that strength on the football field. And time you're about to lay it down and stop playing, you start crying. I understand the emotion, but thank you for the life you have given me. A lot of athletes today, they're in a paralyzed state of consciousness, because today in the NFL and in the Canadian Football League, you got players calling players Porsche monkey, shine, Sambo, and nigga. And players not saying nothing because they're afraid to lose what others have given them and are promising them. That's why I've been on different teams, because I'm a man before anything. If you don't like the way I'm playing, just go ahead and cut me. I chose football. It didn't choose me. You know, there's 2 things that don't lie. That's God and mathematics. Last year alone, you had 1,002,734 football players in high school. That same year, you had 55,000 on all levels in college. 13,000 got scholarships. The NFL was actively scouting 6,000. 340 got invited to the NFL Combine. 320 signed NFL contracts. Less than 3 years of play, roughly 120 players remain. Millions dream, thousands sacrifice for the benefit of a few. Your career is over before it even starts. But these neo-brainiacs have developed the simplest method of control, and that is fear. How did the enslaver show up when he showed up and he colonized Africa? He showed up in a wooden boat with a leather whip. And today he's coming into the ghettos and the slums of America, showing up in a limousine with leather seats, passing out scholarships, saying, "Get your ass on this field and win me a championship." That's what's happening.
Talk to them, brother. Talk to them. These Negro pins, talk to them. Y'all gonna learn today. Y'all gonna learn today.
To spark change in anything, you got to speak power with power. If someone's talking about they've already revolutionized Black athletes. Only thing we can do is compete. They revolutionized everything else. They took the coaching. They took being agents. You got Black coaches right now in the NFL, but right now you got a decline in assistant Black coaches. You see, and when they put these figureheads in front, everything looks okay. My whole objective is to see the young athlete get all you can out of sports, before it gets all it can out of you. That's my whole objective. But you got these clever speaking agents, these bellwethers.
Agents.
And they go into these ghettos and speak to these young youth, 16 and 17 and 18, living in a ghetto, and you got a naive mama.
Mm-hmm.
You know, from a psychological standpoint, the suggestibility is high when you talk about athletic dreams and millions of dollars. And they buy into it because they haven't identified themselves outside the walls of sports. Because when the walls of sports come crumbling down, everything else comes crumbling down. I've seen this with my own eyes. You got players committing suicide, committing crime. What good is an athletic career when after my career I go broke, I get a divorce, kill somebody, or wind up killing myself? It's good for nothing. Absolutely nothing. Because the parents, I hold them accountable today because they are proliferating the problem. Anytime a kid can barely read and write, but yet the glamour of sports is something to pursue, you eliminate everything else. You eliminate education. That will sustain you. Because the development of your mind can take you further than your body. Your body has limitations, but your mind doesn't.
Exactly.
I've had parents say, well, Anthony, he's so dumb, he can't go nowhere without sports. But that's your fault. It has nothing to do. That is your fault as a parent if you cannot expose your kids to the other elements of life, like museums and science fairs. Let them pick and choose what they want to be and what they want to become. You know, in sports, this should make you question everything right here. They give individual awards for players participating in a team sport. So does it make sense? You build your body up only to tear it down. My greatest day in sports came off another player's worst day. The fight for freedom is not won inside of an arena. It's won outside of it.
There you go.
So now we have a crisis today. We got grown men in high school, college, even in the pros, fighting like slaves on a plantation before the game even starts. This is a moral issue that needs to be addressed today. When in 1946, when the NFL was forced to reintegrate, because from 1933 to 1945, the all-white NFL didn't want any blacks in the industry. They said the black players were slowing down its growth. And then Fritz Pollard developed the Negro Football League. And after World War II, there was a big push for the Negro League to compete with the all-white NFL. So what they did was they took the good players from the Negro League and integrated them into the all-white NFL. And now, since 1946, the black players have taken it to $1 billion plus market, yet we have no owner within the industry. We are the record breakers and the trendsetters, yet we have no voice within the industry. NFL owners are guaranteed profits annually without even a fan going into the stadium, yet players have no guaranteed contracts. This is plantation capitalism going on right now.
Talk to them, brother. Talk to them. Facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. They're going to hate it.
You can change the scenery in life, but the situation remains the same. And my biggest fear is this. You got 1,696 NFL players. That's 65% are black. That's roughly 1,100. You got 1.1 million black men in prison. So every time you see a black athlete on Sunday afternoon, he represents 10,000 in prison.
10.
And what are the NFL, what are some of these teams doing right now? What are they doing with their used equipment? They're giving it to some of the jails and some of the prison institutions. And right now, we're going to see all over again. You're going to see the rise of the Roman Empire, where they put the slave back into the Colosseum, where they don't have to pay them. And the players will not have the opportunity to flaunt their wealth. Only thing you'll be able to do is compete and go back to your cage where you belong, right where they want you. The black athlete, as of right now, is at the zenith of his career. If he doesn't exercise his political and financial influence, he's going to lose it forever. When I look at a leader, when I look at black athletes, when people talk about athletes and they say they're role models, you know, athletes are respected because of their words and their actions. When they say they're going to win a gold medal, they win it. They say they're going to win a championship, and they win it. But our leaders of today in some of these black communities, people stop believing in things that they can't see a manifestation. Our YMCA, better schools. We got 10 schools closing in Seattle, all in the black neighborhoods. You know, and if the athletes would speak out about this, We might get something started. We don't need the athlete's money. We need your influence. We need the Black athlete to represent what's valuable in Black America and what's good. Because all we see in the media is somebody beating up their wife, a DWI. That's not the representation. No, it takes just a few to make it bad for everybody else, you know? And my whole biggest concern is where sports is going in the future. With the high incarcerate of young Black boys being in prison, this justifies bringing sports in the prison institution and coming live from pay-per-view. I can hear the horns. I can see the rise all over again. I hope you can too. Thank you.
Man. All right. So here we go, man. You know, once again, like I tell people, man, it's facts over feelings. All right. Facts over feelings. Y'all could get mad at the information. I'm just letting you know what's going on. You feel me? What's going on. And everything that we are going through is a matter of choice. I don't care what nobody say. All right. I don't care what nobody say. Every single day, we are proving that to be a fact. Okay. We are in the situation we are today because we choose to be in the situation we are today. All right. We are the ones who make that decision. Nobody has a gun to your head every single morning that you wake up to let you make the decisions that you make. No, you choose them. Nobody's forcing you to do it, but you. You feel me? You. I'm going to show you the definition of insanity. Because you see me, I don't play these games. I don't get on here and get into all the debates and all that bullshit. I don't get involved in that. Because that's getting us nowhere. It's solving nothing. It's resolving nothing. And like I told y'all before, go look at the etymology of debate. It's to beat each other down. And I don't get involved with that. I don't care what nobody say. Okay? Because everybody want to be riding dick and coattailing. Man, listen, I don't do that. I don't do that. And I'm not going to apologize for my language today. For real. Because this is ridiculous. It is ridiculous, man. You feel me? The most powerful people on the planet, that we are being put in a position that we are in today because of our own minds, our own thoughts. And everybody want to get fed into the, oh man, I'm going to follow this sect right here. I'm going to build with this sect right here because everybody wants to be dealing with the hype. The hype. Everybody want to follow what's popular. You see me? I'm not a populist. Okay? I don't deal with the status quo. I already know for me in this life right here, it's all about the road less traveled. And that's what I'm going to travel. That's what I'm going to try. That's what I choose to travel. Because to me, everything else is an illusion. I don't care how much you call yourself an Aborigine. I don't care how much you call yourself indigenous. Man, listen, you are in the same paradigm as the conscious community, the Pan-Africanists, the Israelites, all, the Hebrew, all the movements. That's why they're called movements. Okay? That's why they're called movements. They're all the same thing. They're looking for likes. They're looking for hypes. They're looking for the biggest crowd. I ain't looking for that. I'm looking for the total freedom of my people. And you know how that comes? It comes through action. That's how it comes. Through action. I'm going to show you the definition of insanity. Let me just show you this real quick. I'm going to show you the definition of insanity. Like I said, y'all going to hate this if y'all want, but like I said, it's facts over feelings. And people could talk. Let them talk. I don't care. I'll do this alone if I have to. You feel me? I will do it alone if I have to. Because I've always been a loner, man. That's just for real. Okay? Insanity. The state of being seriously mentally ill. Madness. Okay? Synonyms. Mental illness. Madness. Dementia. Extreme foolishness and irrationality. I'm going to read that again. Insanity. The state of being seriously mentally ill. Madness. Extreme foolishness or irrationality. And you have some synonyms. Folly, foolishness, madness, idiocy, stupidity, lunacy, silliness, and craziness. All right. Now let us go a little further down here. Now, I clicked on this. It says Albert Einstein is broadly credited with exclaiming the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting a different result. Okay, that's what our people are doing. Doing the same thing over and over and over and over again and expecting a different result. Insanity is a mental disease. And all people continuously tend to live in that paradigm of perpetual insanity. Insanity. Because you know what? A lot of them want to get caught up with the crowd. Or you know what, Chief? Don't say this, Chief. Don't say that, Chief, because they may not like it. I don't care what they like. I don't care what they like. I'm going to speak the truth. Okay? I'm going to speak the truth. I'm not here to appease or please. No, I'm here to speak the damn truth, man. It is the only way that we are going to get things done is when we start doing. Enough with the talking, enough with the BS. All right? Enough of that. Enough. Because it ain't taking us nowhere, period. And that's a fact. And that's why I know many are called, but chosen a few. And there's nothing wrong in being called because you see, everybody have a part to play. Everybody have a part to play. So I'm going to allow everybody else to play their role. All right? But don't criticize me for playing mine. You see, because my job is a little bit different. My job is to do. You feel me? My job is to do. My job is to step up and do what I have to do to restore the legacy of my ancestors. And I know it's not just going to happen by just talking about it. Nah, I already know that. A lot of us got to go through the fire. And don't feel bad if you're just the called. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't feel bad if you are just the called. Because it's only the chosen few that's going to change this thing around. And that's a fact. All right? Like I tell people before, I always say, let me tell y'all something, man. Everybody's not going to be saved. Everybody weren't meant to be saved. That is just a fact. And there's nothing we could do to prevent a lot of our own, even family members, what we call family or relatives, whatever you call them. There is nothing we could do to save them. Okay? Nothing. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you say. I don't care what position you put yourself in. I don't care how much money you got. In fact, I don't even care where you go. The only one that could save you or any one of your family is them, you, the individual. Nobody could save you but you. So it has to start by you making that change, you making that move. That's how it starts changing, by you making things happen. Not allowing things to happen to you. No, you reacting to what's happening to you. No, you respond. Respond, stand up, take responsibility. Take responsibility. Because every time you step out your house, you're a target. All right? From the moment, and when I say house, I'm talking about between your mama's legs. All right? And I'm just being quite bold and frank with my delivery today. All right? That was your first house. That was your first home. Your mama's womb. And from the moment you came from your first house, even while you were in that womb, you were already a target. So the odds was already against you, against us, from the moment we literally step into this realm in our mama's womb. And our parents were not well equipped enough, all right, to change what we are dealing with today. So let me ask you a question. Are we going to do the same thing with our children? Are we going to teach our children to do the same thing with their children and their children? When is the cycle going to end? When is the cycle going to end? If you don't end it right now. I guarantee you, a lot of people just finished celebrating Thanksgiving, doing the same thing all over and over again. All right? Now, you have another holiday coming up, Christmas, another pagan holiday. How many of y'all already getting ready for that? Huh? You can't wait. Man, I know what I'm going to get you. I know what I'm going to get you. And if people don't get you what you feel that you deserve, then you're going to get mad. You're going to start cussing. Well, you know what? Man, I can't believe my gift to them was $300 and they bought me a $50 gift. That is the mentality of our people, doing the same thing over and over and over again, and then you complain. No, you lose your right to complain. Okay, you don't get a pass for complaining. No. Not when you're responsible for your own actions. Not when you're responsible for the results or the situations that you end up in. Okay? I mean, come on, man. At what point are you gonna wake up to realize, nah, something is not right? Just like the brother said, okay? Mathematics don't lie. Okay? The mathematics, the numbers don't lie. It don't lie. So if it doesn't make sense, it just doesn't make any dollars. It don't add up. And that's what we are dealing with. Okay? That's what we are dealing with every single week. I'm talking about between Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So-called black people. And of course, the brother was using the term black. So I'm not gonna knock him for that. All right. We know what we are talking about. We know we are not black. All right. So I'm not gonna call us black, but I'm just saying so-called black people every single week. Okay. They generate $1 billion in churches across the United States to give to the crown, to give to the Vatican. And people don't realize, man, my great-grandmother was going to that church. My grandmother was going to that church. My mama is going to that church. And hold up, we're still struggling to pay rent. The pastor got a Jaguar. The pastor got a limousine. The pastor got a big house on the hill. Some pastors even got jets and planes. And mama cannot even get to church. She got to walk. She got to take the bus. And we don't see something wrong with that. And look at our neighborhoods, our communities. Our people are strung out on drugs, nicotine, smoking pharmaceutical weed. Our young girls, okay, are out there over-sexualized. Our young men are disrespecting our women. But yes, still we are the so-called what? The so-called what? Most spiritual people? No. You are the most religious people, not the most spiritual. There's a difference. Don't get confused spirituality with religion. It is two complete different things. Religion is physical. Okay? It's what you could express, what you could see. When you walk into a building, that's called religion. Spirituality deals with the higher self, the inner being. The man, the woman, not the building, not what you could give your pastor. No, it's how you could uplift your brother and sister. That's part of spirituality. Am I my brother's keeper? Am I my sister's keeper? Can you truly say that? But every Sunday, every Saturday, every Friday, you in church going down praying on your knees to a God that was given to you by the oppressor. Not realizing it's all an energy. Okay, it's usurped energy that they put in a name. So whenever you call that name, you call the God or the deity of your oppressor and thinking it's going to work out for you. No, it's not going to work out for you. You are not just enslaving your physical self. You're also hampering and enslaving your spiritual mind. So go ahead and tell me it's not a choice. Go ahead and tell me that. Make a fool out of yourself and tell me that it's not voluntary. Tell me that. Tell me. Me and my brother, we were building last night. And we spoke of a few things. But of course, I always speak of Jesus as the allegory. Of course, as we know Christ, the allegory. All right. And we know that Jesus wasn't a real man. And we know that Jesus came from Rome. And we know who made Jesus famous, Constantine in 325 AD. But my brother, he broke it down in a way that, yes, I knew, but he was able to articulate it. And I got to give him credit for that, because he knew how to, he articulated that scenario so well, all right, that I have to give him credit for that. My brother Creek, all right, running water. And he said that, Chief, here's the thing with Jesus, okay? Jesus, of course, we know is an energy. And they, even in the Old Testament, the God in the Old Testament speaks of an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. In other words, if you take my left hand, I'm going to take your right hand. Okay? If you take my daughter, I'm going to take your 3 children. That's what the God in the Bible spoke of. But here comes Jesus. And Jesus is supposedly the same God manifest in the new, right? But now Jesus is telling you, turn the other cheek. Whatever they do to you, then you turn the other side and let them punch you in the face again. All right? And Jesus is also telling you to forgive and forget. Something that the first God in the Bible said, nah, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. They punch you in your face, then you punch them back in their face. That's what the God of the Old Testament said. But no, they have to come and give you Jesus. You see what I'm saying? An energy. Remember, Jesus is an energy, and Jesus is their God. That's their deity. You feel me? That they tell you that died for your sins. So here's the trick. All right? Here's the trick. It's a ritual. And my brother articulated so well that you are engaged in a ritual and you don't even know it's a ritual that was set up to be used against you, because now they took their deity, Jesus, their God. And what they tell you is that their deity, which is Jesus, died for your sins. And Jesus said that all your sins shall be forgiven. Okay? So everything they do to you, you forgive them. You know why? Because their God, their Jesus told you to forgive. Their Jesus tell you to turn the other cheek. So whenever they do what they do to you, guess what? All you do is what? You go and you pray. You turn the other cheek. Oh, well, we got to forgive. Oh, well, we got to forget. When the God in the Bible said, no, a tooth for a tooth, an eye for an eye. But they give you again that energy called Jesus. All right? Serapis, or whatever the hell his name is. But Josephus was the one who created Jesus in Rome. And Constantine made him popular. He made him a superstar. That's why they call him Jesus the superstar. Jesus Christ the superstar. All right? But people don't realize it's an energy. It's an energy. When you pray to that energy, you are praying to the God of your oppressor. You are praying to the God of your oppressor, because it was Jesus who came here to enslave our people. You feel me? It was the Bible they gave us that enslaved our people. It's the Bible that they gave us that what? That took away your spirituality and put it outside of you and tell you everything you did was pagan. But yet still you're doing the same thing that your ancestors did. Is the only thing is working against you. They reversed the rituals. They reversed it so that it could be used against you. So now what you are doing, you're drinking the blood of Jesus. You're eating the body of Jesus, which is the deity of your oppressor. So what do you think is happening? You are what you eat. It's energy. You may not be doing it literally, but that's what you're doing. That is what you're doing. Okay? They gave you a God that tells you, man, check this out. You got to forgive. No matter what they do to you, forgive. It doesn't matter what. They could murder your children. They could rape your children. They could, murder your husband, your wife. Just go down on your knees and forgive. As a matter of fact, if they take your daughter, here's what you do. You give them your son. Turn the other cheek. Y'all don't realize what's going on. So our people are stuck. Our people are stuck in a mindset of slavery. Okay? in a ritual that they don't realize that they are actually in a ritual. They don't realize that. Brothers and sisters, you are caught up in a ritual. It's a spiritual ritual that's working against you. It is reverse psychology. So whatever they do to us, it has already been forgiven, because guess what? Jesus has already paid the price. So they will be forgiven. So when you forgive them, they will not be held accountable. Their karma, they will not face the karma that they're supposed to face. You know why? Because you have forgiven them. You are praying to their God. Man, y'all don't realize how deep this is, man. And a lot of people, like I said, I could only drop the truth, man. Y'all do what you want with it. I really don't care, honestly, for real, like real talk. Because sometimes it get frustrating. It gets discouraging that an entire people, all right? I mean, we are gods, man. No, the black woman is not God. We are gods. We, okay? Let us not take the man out of the equation, because the black woman cannot be a god without the man. And a man cannot be a god without the woman. You feel me? Man and woman exist in God. So let us not separate the two. We got to stop that bullshit, man. We got to stop that. Because that's what we do. When we give one more, we make one more superior than the next, then the other one becomes a victim. You feel me? So God is not complete without the masculine and the feminine energy. I don't care where you come from, okay? You didn't come from the woman. You came from the man and a woman. Because without the man, a woman cannot give birth. I don't care what it was, 20 billion years ago. I'm talking about right now, okay? The only way for life to manifest is through a man or a woman, a man and a woman. And that's how the Most High wanted it to be. You feel me? So let us stop isolating and putting the woman over the man or the man over the woman. There's no balance if it's just the woman. There's no balance if it's just the man. You feel me? And even back in the day, when the real man was actually the woman, in her existed male and female. So it has always been the masculine and the feminine energy. You dig? So we got to stop that. I'm not going to put no woman over me, period. And I'm not going to put no man over me. I'm going to respect our matriarchs, yes, because they are the portal that I came through. But I'm not going to put no woman over me. I'll be damned. And y'all take this whichever way you want. Okay? And I'm not putting no man over me, period. No man or no woman. Okay? There has to be balance. We're equals. And the only way for life to manifest is through the both of us. I dare you to go in the bush by your damn self for 200 years and tell me you're going to have a baby without a man. Okay? Your ass will be gray and you will die. And I'm talking about a physical death. But you ain't having no damn baby. You know why? Because you ain't got a man. Period. So let us stop with the black woman is God. Now we all gods. We all gods. And you see, that's how they were able to infiltrate. They started off with the spiritual things. You feel me? Where they will be able to separate us in the book, make the woman less than the man. But let me tell y'all something, man. There could never be life without both. Okay? I tell people, don't get it confused when you hear our system was a matriarchal society. No, it doesn't mean that the woman was better than the man. No. It just meant that we honored our women because we saw through nature, through life, that we came from the portal of a woman. We knew that. That's why it was a matriarchal society, because when the child come from the woman, it was guaranteed that you know who the mother was. Okay? The father was always a speculation. And that still happens in society today. You feel that this man is your father, then 20 years later, you come to find out that it was Mr. Johnson down the block. But with a woman, we always know where the child came from. So that's why we had a matriarchal society. That's how things were able to pass down. We're talking about land and we're talking about royalty. Not because we thought the so-called black woman was God and the so-called black man wasn't. No, don't get that system twisted. Okay? Don't get it twisted. So brothers and sisters, once again, getting back on topic, everything that we are dealing with is a choice. It is a choice. Okay? It's a choice, man. I mean, we call her Mother Earth, but Mother Earth cannot exist without the masculine energy, without the sun. You know what I mean? So like I said, I'm not gonna get on here and debate what's feminine and what's not and who got more power, man. This is not what this is about. All right? This is not what this is about. Okay, like I said, there has to be balance. All right, there's balance in everything. Why do you think we live in a dual world? Without what? Without the left, you would never know if there was a right? If you only had one arm in the middle of your chest, let me ask you a question. Which one would be the left or which one would be the right? For there to be balance, it has to be both. So I'm just going to rest that alone and leave that alone. I'm not going to prolong on that. This is not what this is about. All right? Anybody who wants to get stuck on the black woman, the so-called black woman is God, I could already tell where your mindset is at. All right? That's from the paradigm of a feminist movement. All right? To put down the man. And I'm not gonna step into that. No, I'm gonna leave that alone. You see, I'm beyond that. I'm beyond that in my understanding. All right? I'm beyond that. I'm not gonna dwell on that with which one has more significance or not. They're all significant. All right? They're all significant. So I'm gonna just leave that alone. Like I said, the topic of this is slavery is voluntary. And indeed, it is voluntary. Okay? It is voluntary. Because there's no reason. How is that? A lot of our ancestors were able to flourish. Okay? I'm talking about have banks. And it wasn't just one so-called, what they call so-called Wall Street. No. It wasn't no so-called Black Wall Street. No. It was indigenous people prospering and doing their own thing. That's what it was called. Because they didn't look at themselves as black. They didn't look at themselves as Wall Street. No. They just looked at themselves as indigenous people providing for themselves. And I'm talking about that was as early as the 1960s, where we own banks. Today, what do we do? Because we allow them to start teaching our children. You know what I'm saying? And when I say them, I'm talking about the system. Okay, the system, they may promote it and perpetuate it as white, then you know what? So be it. But the truth of the matter is, we allowed these things to happen to us. Okay? We allow it to happen to us. Why can't we have our own? That's what I want to know. Nobody's stopping us from having our own. You know why? Because too many of our people get caught up in trying to please the master. Okay? If the master is not pleased, if the master is not happy, then I'm not happy. Okay? And that's what it is. We don't want to get on the grind. Okay, you see me? I'm here on the land. What am I doing? Do you think my life is as comfortable as I was in the city? No, it's not. No, it's not. I got to keep it 100. I tell people I am laying the foundation so that I could prepare myself to be self-sustained. Because whenever anybody's providing your food, anybody's providing your education, when anybody has to support your entire existence, they could take it away from you any single day, any single time. They could take that away from you whenever they feel, you know what? Man, you're getting out of hand. You're not doing what I want you to do. So I'm going to take your privilege away from brothers and sisters. The life that we are living, and I'm going to say we, because I'm not going to take myself out of the equation, because I'm not in a position where I'm fully sustained, self-sustained. Okay? we are in a position where we only have privileges. Okay? We only have privileges, brothers and sisters. Because everything that we have can be taken away. And believe me, it will be taken away. Pardon me. Because you know what? You refuse to step up and handle your own affairs. Okay? Let me see if I could find something for you. You guys could go ahead and chat, in there for a second. Let me see. What was I looking at? Okay. So give me a second. Let me see if I could find that. Okay, so here we go. Like I tell people before, man, I know people gonna get mad. That's cool. A lot of y'all could get mad at me, man, for speaking the truth. But you know what? I'm gonna continue to speak the truth, man. I don't care if I have to walk this journey by my damn self. It's okay. Because I already made up my mind. You know what? It is what it is. We are not for a license could be legally prevented or give rise to legal action in tort or trespass. Right. All right. So let me just show y'all this, right? Here it is. Because I like to show things, not just talk things. Okay? Let me just show y'all this for a second. Yes, I didn't I listened to a little bit of video mixes. I listened to a little bit of that debate, on natives versus aborigines or whatever. I couldn't I honestly I listened for like about 10 minutes and I just couldn't do it anymore. And I stopped listening. Like I said, I'm on a different frequency, so I'm gonna just leave that alone. I'm not gonna get into debates. All right. Yeah, I mean, no, it was cool. It was a debate. It was. Now it's okay. You was right. It was a debate. And like I said, I don't, because nothing was resolved. Nothing was resolved except for everybody cursing each other out and phones hanging up and more hatred and more animosity. So for me, I'm on a whole different level. Like I said, everybody got their role to play. And I'm gonna just let everybody do them and I'm gonna do me. All right. That's just how I look at it. All right. So I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to just leave that alone. Y'all do y'all. And because a lot of times our people have a habit of misconstruing things. All right. Always taking your actions to mean other things when you're completely coming from a place of love and respect. You feel me? So a lot of times what I realize is, you know what? I may have to reserve or just not speak on something. Because a lot of times, one thing my grandmother told me, I've heard a lot of elders say, sometimes if you're not gonna say something nice, and I'm using nice in what y'all think nice really is, because it's nice is a whole different word. But if you can't say anything nice, then you know what? Don't say anything at all. All right? Because for me, nothing was resolved. Nothing, except for more hatred and animosity. So I'm gonna leave that alone. But anyway, let us proceed. Look at the legal definition. The legal definition of license. The legal definition of license. All right? A special permission to do something. I'm going to read that again. A special permission to do something or with somebody else's property, which, were it not for the license, could be legally prevented or give rise to legal action in a tort or trespass. Okay, now we're not gonna let us kind of like, we're not really gonna pay attention to the last portion of it, but let us look at just the first part of it. A special permission to do something. Permission. Now let me ask you a question. All right? Before 1492, what licenses did we have to travel our land? Before 1492, what license did we have to do business? Before 1492, what license did we have to teach our people about spirituality? Before 1492, whose permission did we have to get to teach our own children? Huh? Okay? License, a special permission to do something. Now let us go look at the definition of permission. Let us go look at the definition of permission. Definition of permission. Okay? Definition of permission. Definition of permission. We ain't even got to go look at the legal definition. Now, we are going to look at just the definition. Definition of permission. Consent. Authorization. Okay? A license. Consent. Let us go look at the definition of consent. Consent. Here we go. Consent. Permission for something to happen or agreement to do something. Give permission for something to happen. My brothers and sisters, like I said, everything is about permission and consent. You are consenting to everything that happens to you. It's a contract. Everything that you do is a contract. Even the food that you eat is a contract. And like I said, my brother articulated it very well when we had our build last night. Everything is a contract. Nobody's forcing you to put GMO foods in your mouth. Nobody's forcing you to put these dead foods in your mouth. But you put it in your mouth through your own free will. Everything is a contract. So let me ask you a question. Once again, before 1492, well, I'm not even going to go, 1492 is too far. I'm going to go before the 1800s. In fact, you know what? Let us get even closer. All right? Because our people still had their own governments in the late 1800s. All right? So let us go before the 1900s, right before the 1900s. Let me ask you a question. What permission did we need for us to teach our children? What permission did we need for us to have our own businesses? Because guess what? We had all the banks. Okay? We had all the gold. We had all the silver. We had all the land. So I'm going to ask you again. You tell me what part of your life is not voluntary right now. I'll wait. I'm going to wait. Because nowadays, you need a license for everything. A license is asking permission. Okay? A license is giving them, you are consenting to their rules. Consent. And they tell you it's a law. No, it's not law. That is not law. You're dealing with a legal system. Admiralty law, what they call admiralty law. Okay? Maritime law, which is not common law, which is not the law of the land. Okay? So at the ending of the day, we used to go into nature, all right, and get remedies for everything. Now you cannot even use the word cure, because if you use the word cure as an herbalist, you could get sued because they have patented the word cure. But people are not seeing the problem with what I'm talking about. They're not seeing the reality of what I'm talking about. I'm not going to say everybody, because I'm certainly sure a lot of y'all do. Because every word that you speak, they have it patented. But yet still you came, you took away our indigenous languages, and now you're telling us we cannot use the word cure because You're a master herbalist or you're an herbalist. So you have to use remedy. Come on, man. And you're going to tell me it is not voluntary? Brothers and sisters, everything is a contract. Let us look at the definition of contract. Contract. Definition of contract. A written or spoken agreement, especially one concerning employment, sales, or tenancy that is intended to be enforceable by law. But no, the contract that they have is not law, it is legal. And there's a difference between legal and lawful. Agreement, a commitment, arrangement, a settlement, understanding, compact, a covenant, a bond. So everything that they give you is a form of a contract. It's an invitation. When you get a ticket, a citation, guess what? It is not a contract until you accept the contract. You feel me? When you put your children in their schools, nobody's forcing you to do that. No, you do it. It's a contract. You are accepting the contract. You get married. You have to go get permission to get married to the woman or the man that you love. You have to get permission. Well, Mr. Government, do I have your permission to marry my wife or my husband that I've loved for so long? You need permission. That's what a marriage license is. And then if it don't work out, that things happen in life, whether it may be a breakup that you say, okay, you know what, man, we're not working out, we're just gonna leave it alone. Or it's a situation where, oh man, I just hate her, I can't stand her, or I hate him. I don't care on what terms your relationship was over. Then what you have to do, you have to go beg them again for another license, what's called a divorce license, to get divorced now. And not even that. So you have to get permission to get married. Then after you have your children, you have to get permission to take your children out of the hospital, because if you don't have a birth certificate, which is another contract, then what? Oh, well, I'm going to call child services. I'm going to call the legal department. Now they want to kidnap your child. So you go ahead and tell me what part of your life is not voluntary? You tell me. Let me ask you another question. Before this system came into our land, how did our ancestors used to have children? Whose permission did they need to have children? What license did they need to have children? But y'all gonna tell me y'all don't see the illusion? Y'all don't see the illusion? Y'all don't realize that everything that you're dealing with is voluntary? We live in a contractual universe, that nothing can be done without your consent? Haven't they shown you this in videos before? Like the vampire movies, the Dracula movies, that the vampire cannot come into your home, into the front door, without your permission? They cannot come through the back window, because that's unlawful. It goes against the laws of nature. So therefore, the vampire has to get your permission. The vampire must come through the door, and you have to give consent for the vampire to come into your damn house. But y'all want to spend time arguing, debating, fighting, beating each other down. And when I talk, oh, well, Chief, nah, I don't want to hear that, man. I don't want to hear that. Because at the ending of the day, it's not solving anything. It is not changing anything. You feel me? It is not changing anything. Everything we do is a contract. From the moment you step out your house, even when you pick up your phone, some of you do say hello. I don't say hello, but I say peace. I say love. I say greetings. From the moment I pick up my phone, on the other line, it's a contract. From the moment I pick up and I click over, it's a contract. So anything I say can and will be used against me. Y'all don't realize that. From the moment you step outside your house and into what's called the public, you enter into a contract because they have taken our roads, our land, and turned it into their property. And when you step out, you need permission. So you go ahead and tell me, man. You go ahead and tell me what part of your life is not voluntary servitude, is not voluntary slavery. Huh? I guess I must be the only one who don't know what they're talking about. I guess I must be lost. All right? I must be lost. So my question to you again is this. All right? Why do you need permission to live your life? You go to work. You work hard. Okay? Who sang that song? I think it was Donna Summer. She worked hard for the money. You work hard for your money. And at the ending of your work cycle, you have 3 letters. I'm going to show you what these 3 letters are. Because a lot of y'all think this is a game. Like I said, I'm going to continue to bring the facts. I don't care what nobody say. All right? Okay, here we go. These 3 letters right here. Okay? I-R-S. I-R-S. You feel me? You work hard for your money. And then at the ending of your work cycle, these 3 letters, it's only 3 letters now. Now in the alphabet, they got 26 letters, right? 26 letters. They have been teaching you to say from since you were a baby. Can you say your ABC? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, Y, Z, right? And the ABC became your friend, right? Because you love, oh, mama, I could say my ABC, mama. Well, go ahead, baby. Let me hear you say your ABC, right? We fell in love with the ABC, right? And then all of a sudden, we grow up. The letters of the alphabet, they have 26 of them. We were never afraid of them. All of a sudden, we grown, and we're afraid of only 3 letters of the alphabet, I-R-S. Why is that? Why is that? Because that's what you were taught. That's what you were taught. The IRS is not a man or a woman. It's a corporation. It's a privately owned corporation. All right? That's telling you that they have a right to take what's yours. But then you agree to it. Not even realizing when they give you your 1040, all right, or that form they give you when you first go get a job. I think it's called the 1040. They have a section that says, if you believe that you are tax exempt, if you believe, you see, paying taxes is a belief. It's a belief. It's not law. It's a belief. If you believe that you are tax exempt and they give you an example, but you think that the example don't pertain to you, that's how they got you. So now you sign that, and then guess what? You just entered into a contract. You gave them consent to take your money, which is your property. Voluntary. That's why it's called a voluntary tax system. But you think it's mandatory. Nobody could force you to pay taxes. Nobody could force a man or a woman to do anything. Because we were made in the likeness and image of the Most High. And the Most High gave us dominion over everything on the face of this earth. Everything. So how can 3 letters tell a man or a woman what to do? But you see, you don't speak the language. When you call yourself an employee, employed, self-employed, anything within the parameters of that word, then you have entered into a contract. You feel me? But when you are a worker, There's something different. There's a difference between an employee and a worker. A worker trades time for money. An employee trade time, okay, for what you call income, taxable income. Y'all gonna learn today, whether you like it or not. Or at least I'm gonna give you the information. So everything is voluntary. Everything is voluntary. Nobody's forcing you to pay taxes, but that's what they're making you think. Okay? Nobody's forcing you to get a license to drive. That's what they're making you think. Okay? So now they use all this again, this legalist term. Well, you know what? If you're driving, you need a license, but if you're traveling, you don't. It clearly states that in the Supreme Court laws. But the thing of the matter is, they don't teach these police officers. So these cops have no idea what's going on. All they're doing is following procedures, policies. That's why they're called policemen. Police policy is the same thing. You feel me? Brothers and sisters, if you continue to do the same thing over and over again, and you expect things to be different from, for you, then let me tell you something, man. You're going to continue to wake up to nightmares. Okay? You don't realize that you're a part of a big business. All right? They all have Dun and Bradstreet numbers. If you don't believe me, go look it up yourself. Motor vehicle, the DMV is a privately owned business. Okay? It's a corporation that is owned, not by the government. It is privately owned. They are in business with the government, but it is not the government. Okay, they have a contract. And the DMV has a Dun and Bradstreet number. If you don't believe me, go look it up. Don't believe me. I want y'all to say, you know what? Chief Kalinago don't know what the hell he's talking about. Prove me wrong. So that's why I don't get into no silly debates, because I'm fighting a bigger battle. All right? I'm fighting for the right to be who I am in my land. I ain't got time to be fighting with nobody else. All right? On the internet. I got real work to do. I got real work to do. So they're all businesses. Okay? And when you go into motor vehicles and you get their application, what's the definition of application again? If you don't know what it is, I suggest you go look at the definition of that. Permission, a license, permission. When you apply for something, you're asking, well, you know what? I'm not qualified enough, but I'm going to see what you think, so I'm going to apply. And then you make the decision whether you think I deserve it or not. Like I told y'all before, man, if y'all looking for illusions, if y'all looking for debates, if y'all looking for senseless debates, this is not the channel to look for it. Nah, I'm going to give you the facts. I'm not here to make you feel good. No, I am here to make you feel uncomfortable about your life. Okay? I want you to feel uncomfortable about your life, because that's how I had to get. I had to get uncomfortable. I got sick and tired, all right, of always asking permission in my land. Especially by people who are not the original people of this land. I got tired of that. So I'm fighting. I'm fighting the good fight. Now, whether I physically live to see the victory, that's a whole different story. But like Tupac said, I may not be able to see it, but I'm going to spark it. I'm going to spark it. All right? So I'm just going to show you the facts. I'm going to show you the truth. And you do what you want with it. Because whenever you step into the motor vehicles, guess what? They're not coming to you. Motor vehicles nobody from DMV has ever came to your house and say, hey, you need a driver's license. Never. And I dare anybody to prove me wrong. Okay? They just put some information out there and they tell you that it's the law, and then you took your ass to motor vehicles, a privately owned company, okay, and fill out an application to ask permission to travel your land. And that's facts. Like I said, facts over feelings. All right? When you were getting married, nobody came to your house and say, in fact, they didn't even know you was getting married. You're the one who made the announcement. You asked your wife, or your wife asked you to marry, whichever way it happened. And then all of a sudden, oh, well, baby, you know what? We got to ask master for permission. You know that, right? What you mean, baby? Oh, yeah, we got to ask master, okay, to get a license, a piece of paper, so that we could get married. Now, where they do that at? So now you are volunteering your relationship so that they could meddle in your relationship, so that they could be a partner in your relationship, so that they could be the God in your relationship. So therefore, when you have your children belong not to you and your wife or your husband, it belongs to them as well. And belongs to you, not knowing that in the contract, they have more authority over the product. And guess what the product is? The product is your children. You don't believe me? Go look at the vital statistics, rules, and regulations. Y'all think it's a game, huh? Go look at the vital statistics, rules, and regulations, the terms and conditions. And I promise you, your children is being called the product. The product. Two parents came together, okay? And the product is what they call your children. Your children is known as it to them in their world. It, because it is a business, okay? It is part of the corporation. It's a corpse. And guess what they say in their world? For the man to be born, the baby has to die. Ooh, I don't think y'all ready for this. Okay? In order for man to be born, the baby has to die. So what did they do? Your mother gave birth to a live baby, and then they had to kill the baby in order to create the new man. Okay? I don't think y'all heard me though. But you know what? By the way, I got some. I'm gonna take a sip on that, and it's not Caesar. It's not that thing Little Wayne be drinking. But I don't think y'all heard me. In order for a man to be born, the baby has to die. What does that mean? It means that you gave birth to a live, living baby, and they had to kill that baby, not literally, but they had to kill that baby because, like I told y'all before, you don't exist. Okay, you don't exist. Only your name exists. Your name is an event. They only registered the event of the birth, not your birth date. So that is not your birth date. So when you go around talking about, oh, that's me, no, it's not you. You're calling yourself an event. That's why it had to be registered. The event was registered, not you. And then they took that event, which is, let's just say your name is Tommy Jones. And please, if anybody name nowadays Tommy Jones, this is not directed at you. So please, it's just an example. But let's just say your name is Tommy Jones. When you were born, they gave the event the name of Tommy Jones, but you are not Tommy Jones. Okay? You are still the living baby. However, in order for the man to be born, the event, they had to register it on a piece of paper, on bond paper, and let your mother sign it as what? The informant. You don't believe me? Go prove me wrong. And then they put that name in all capital letters. What does the capital letter represent? Another word for capstone is tombstone. That means it's the death of the baby and the birth of a new man, a legal entity, a corporation. So now you're walking around saying, well, I'm a corporation. So everything that corporation does, you are responsible for it. That's why they know the game. That's why when they do business, they never do business in their real names. Because they don't want to be held responsible for whatever the corporation does. But you do, though. You do. So everything that you're doing is contractual. It is a contract. I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is. And yes, although there was no free, prior, and informed consent, in other words, there was no full disclosure of the terms and conditions of the contract. So that makes it voidable. We could void all of that. All of it. Because it was done with fraudulent intentions. Okay? There was no full disclosure of all the details in the contract. The birth certificate is a contract. Your marriage license is a contract. Even when you die, you live this world through a contract. Your children are a contract. Every single thing. So you go ahead and tell me why your life is not voluntary slavery. You tell me why. And prove to me that I'm lying. So y'all could go ahead and hate the information as much as you want. I want you to be uncomfortable. I want you to be uncomfortable. Stop getting comfortable, man. Then let me tell you another thing. When you go buy a vehicle, an automobile, whatever the hell you want to call it, a conveyance, I don't care what you call it, okay? And you take that title and you go to the DMV to register your vehicle, you have just lost the ownership of your vehicle. It don't belong to you anymore. So for all of you running around talking about, oh, that's my car, shut the hell up. It's not yours. It belongs to the DMV, a privately owned corporation, because you registered that car. Go read the terms and conditions of that registration. What you talking about? Huh? What you talking about, Willis? Yeah, but I ain't Arnold, though. Y'all got to realize what's going on, man. You got to realize that. It don't belong to you anymore. It's not yours. It's theirs. That's why they could put a boot on it if you don't pay your tickets, because it's not yours. It belongs to them. Man. But y'all want to waste time debating. Like I told y'all before, get your affairs in order, my brothers and sisters. It's the only way. It is the only way, man. Like I said, I know Christmas is coming up and y'all want to get into your gifts and, oh, well, you know, I got to get you this, I got to get you that. The same cycle that you have been doing all your life, and nothing has changed. Huh. This year, do something different. That's right, because you already exist in a trust, all right? But yes, we do have to operate under a trust. Because the things that they don't teach you is what you need, to operate in commerce. They don't teach you that, okay? No, you're actually swimming in water with sharks and you have no gear to protect yourselves. How are you going to tell me you're going to take herb, okay? You're going to take herb, what the Most High, the Creator, gave us for the healing of the nation. You're going to change the name to marijuana. You're going to patent the word and send people to jail for using not the herb. You don't go to jail for using the herb. You go to jail for using a patent word without a license. Man, I don't think y'all heard me. Y'all think it's a game out here, huh? Y'all think it's a game out here? You don't go to jail for smoking herb. You don't go to jail for planting herb. No. You see, that is part of our culture, the indigenous culture. Okay? However, you go to jail for planting a patent word. A patent word. A patent word named marijuana. So when they catch you, oh, well, you smoking marijuana. Well, the officer, I didn't have a lot of marijuana. I just had a roach. Man, you just indicted yourself because you're smoking a patent word without a license. Without a license. I don't know what marijuana is. As a matter of fact, like I told y'all before, I had an auntie named Marijuana, and me and her, we don't get along. I wrote her off. So I don't know who Marijuana is. But if I were a smoker, okay, there is no way you could convict me for smoking marijuana because I don't know what marijuana is. That's not what it was called in my culture. But however, I know it's a plant. And the Creator said, I gave you the plants for the healing of the nation. You feel me? I know that much. But then you are going to jail. How many of your brothers and sisters and cousins and nieces and nephews that's in jail for smoking a patent word? Now, they didn't smoke herb. They smoked a patent word without the permission of Massa. I'll wait. You see, those are the things that we need to be dealing with. Those are the things that we need to, we need to be addressing. Not on the internet fighting, not on the internet debating. No, nah. But like I've always heard, everybody got their role to play, right? So Chief, allow them to play their role. I get it. I get it. But like I said before, many are called, but chosen a few. I'm just seeking for the chosen, man. Yep. Exactly. That's right, my brother. As long as you don't subscribe, you see, everything is an invitation, like I tell y'all before. All right. The vampires, all right, that world, they could never do anything to you unless, all right, unless you give your consent. Now, some of them may, yes, some of them indeed are truly going to violate your right, but never give up, never give in. Don't do that. All right. Don't, if you have to go to jail in handcuffs, don't consent. All right. Go before the magistrate and let the magistrate know that I didn't consent to this. All right. I never consented to this. But a lot of y'all don't want to pay the price. You think freedom is free. That's the problem. You think it's free. So now you're living in fear. Okay. You're scared to get behind some, be put in handcuffs for your rights. But you don't mind being put in handcuffs to kill a nigga, though. Huh? You see, that's just the mentality of the people, though. Many of the people, a lot of the people. So all I'm just saying essentially is this. Everything is voluntary. Okay? Everything is voluntary. It's an invitation. Like I've always told y'all before. If you're a party promoter and you are giving out flyers and you give me an invitation to your party and I choose not to go, I'm not going to take your invitation. It's the same thing. If I take it and I realize that, you know what, man, that party's not going to give you back your flyer. Well, it's the same thing. If they give you a citation and you don't want to go to the party, then you give it back to them. It's that simple. No thank you, but no thank you. I do not consent. It is that simple. It's an invitation. They are inviting you to contract. And because you were taught it's the law, then you get caught up. So the life that you are living is not yours. Don't think it's yours. You don't belong to yourself. You don't own yourself, brothers and sisters. You don't own yourself. You don't own yourself. I don't care where you're from. I don't care who was on this land first. I don't care who came last. It doesn't matter. At the ending of the day, if you're not a man or a woman, everything else is irrelevant. I don't care what you label yourself as. An Aborigine, a Native, an African, a Caucasian, I don't care. We have all been enslaved through the birth certificate. So right now, honestly, don't matter who was here first. Really, honestly. Because everybody's caught up in the same system. Everybody. Yes, as the Aborigines, we have more of a jurisdiction. I get that. I get it. But being an Aborigines, it has its perks. But let me tell you something. Being a man or a woman, let me tell you something. Nothing trumps that. Nothing trumps that. Because they could tell you, hey, you know what? If you're an American Indian, well, guess what? We have rules and regulations for American Indians. But there are no rules. You see, policies. There are no policies and codes for a man or a woman. Because a man or a woman have dominion over everything that's in creation. That's how you win. So like I told y'all before, get your affairs in order. That's what you need to do, is to get your affairs in order. All right? And when I say get your affairs in order, what does it mean? You heard the brother when he was talking. It's a political thing. Okay, it's a political thing. Get your political affairs in order. Too many of you are playing, wasting time playing around, thinking that they're joking. No, you're part of a big business. And they're very serious about their business. Okay? They're very serious about their business. And if they think you owe them, they will come at you with everything they have. But you have to let it be known, I am not your citizen. I am not a ward of the state. All right? I am not a citizen of your state. I'm not a resident of your state. I am not an employee. I am not employed. I am not self-employed. None of that. Okay? None of that. You dig? I am a worker trading my time for fiat currency. Okay? And when I work, if I'm supposed to get $20 an hour at the ending of the week, I'm going to multiply 20 times 8. Okay? Which is 5. It's what's that? 20 times 8 is what? It's, let me see, 8 hours a day, $20 an hour. So I would say 20 times 8 is what? 160? All right. So if I'm going to be getting 160 a day, then I multiply that times 5. I can't really do the math right now, but it's 0, 3 5s, that's a third, that's another 0, 5. So that's about $800 a week. So if I'm going to be getting $800 a week, then that means when that check comes, I want $800 a week. I don't want $550 because these 3 letters tell me, well, you know what? You owe me $250 or $300. I don't owe you a damn thing. I do not consent. Give me all my money, which is my property. You volunteer yourself for that. I said, what are you referring to? What build? What build you mentioned last night? Build? Oh, that was just me and a brother building. That's all. Yeah, it was just me and him, going through, some things. You feel me? That is your property, man. And no organization, no man or woman has a right to administer your property without your consent. But you consent. You gave the consent. And guess what your consent is, brothers and sisters? That's why they say the pen is mightier than the sword. You know what your consent is? This right here. Your Johnny Hancock. Your signature. Whenever you sign. You see? That's how you consent. That's why they always tell you when they pull you over, or if you don't sign this ticket, you're going to go to jail. That's what they're doing right now. That is how they're violating your rights. That if you don't sign that ticket, you're going to jail. So you have a couple of choices. You could go to jail, or you could just sign the ticket with, you could put on the threat and coercion, on the duress, or like I tell people before, you could just basically put a mark and put lowercase n period, lowercase a period, and that's it. Meaning that I am not assuming any liability. And then you take the ticket, and as soon as you get home, you send it back to them. I do not consent. Okay? Because it's a contract. And they're not supposed to force you to enter into any contracts with them. That is unlawful. Okay? They make it legal, but it's unlawful. That is not what the original organic constitution says. They are violating that. So at the ending of the day, get your affairs in order. All right? Correct your political status. That's what it's all about. Or else it's always going to be left to assumption as to who you are. Assuming that you are a ward of the state. They're always assuming that. You feel me? So it's all about information, brothers and sisters. It's all about information. That's it. And a lot of times people see videos of people being made example of. It's not that these people are doing anything wrong. No, it is because they want to put fear in you. Remember, it's a business. This is the mob mentality. Okay? Gangsters mentality. That's what it's about. Oh, I know I'm not a mob. Definitely, I know that for sure. You feel me? But at the end of the day, you know, that is the mentality of the corporation. They're thugs. They're gangsters. You feel me? If you don't do this, then we're going to do that. Everything that's being done, it's under threat. Okay, and when Mr. Carbon Master speaks of Moors, he is talking about, you know, one of the names for the American continent was once Mu, M-U. All right, so a lot of times people get confused with that. That's why I don't even get into that narrative of, oh, we are Moors, or, you know, I don't get involved with that because I don't want to confuse people. All right, because the Moors, which is the M-O-O-R, all right, they always get that mixed up. But at the end of the day, like I tell people, all right, we could our ancestry, our lineage on this American landmass, it go way past beyond Washita Moors. We were the Atlanteans. I mean, we were all of it. All right, we were all of it. And throughout history, we have been called many, many, many different things. You feel me? So at the end of the day, I tell people, you know what? All the labels, man, that's what gets confusing. That's why I'm teaching you how to be a man and a woman. That's not a label. I could guarantee you that the Creator made man and woman. All right? And as long as you know how to stand as a man or a woman, you will not lose. You will not lose. Yes, you can be a man or a woman who is known as an Aborigine, known as a Washita, known as a this, known as a that. But at the end of the day, let us go back to the foundation of man and woman. And that's how you win. You never lose. You feel me? Because they have no right to prosecute a man. They could only prosecute a defendant, okay, a plaintiff, a suspect, all those legal terms. But they have no right. In fact, a man or a woman have no right in their courts. And they know this. And they know this. Oh, my email is in the link below. That's what I do. You feel me? That's what I do. I tell people we have work to do. All right? We have work to do. And, you know, they will push. Don't get me wrong. They will push. They will resist. But they cannot stop it. They cannot stop the upliftment. They cannot stop, you know, the rising of the gods. We are gods. And they know that. You feel me? That's why they had to break you down into your lowest common denominator. Thugs and dogs and bitches. You feel me? Because they don't want you to be the God. They don't want you to rise and step up into your God status. They know who we are. They know we are deities. They know that. So what they do is they cannot get rid of us. So what's the next best thing? Is to contain us. Use our energy. Use up our energy so that it could be used against us, but use in their favor. All right? I'm going to repeat that. They cannot get rid of us because we are the true essence of nature. Everything in nature is us. Everything in the universe is us. We are nature. We are the universe. You feel me? It's literally ourselves inside out. It's a projection of what's within us. So they know they cannot get rid of us. So what they do? They contain you. And they use your energy against you. And they use that same energy in their favor through rituals. Okay? Through rituals. The same rituals that our ancestors used to use. They're using it on us now. But they told us it was pagan though. Why do you think that they are putting chemtrails to block the sun? What is that telling you? What is that telling you? Why do you think they're cutting down trees? What is that telling you? Brothers and sisters, you don't have to go too far to see the truth, man. You don't have to go too far to see the truth. It is right. It's in front of you. All you have to do is open up your eye. Stop seeing things through your physical eye and open up your eye, your pineal gland, your first eye to see things. Why would you want to block the sun? I mean, let's think about it here for a second. Why is that? Man, is it necessary to try and correct our status or just live right from here? Well, you could do both. I mean, you could just live your life, but at the end of the day, you are in the system as something else. So and that's just my opinion. All right, that's just my opinion. I personally believe that we all should correct our political status in this system, because at some point you're going to get pulled over. At some point you have to do commerce. Okay. At some point you have to enter into the matrix. Okay. At some point you're going to have to, because we are not completely self-sustained. So that is just my own opinion. All right. I'm not saying it's facts. It's just my opinion. I think that we should all correct our political status and learn to live the life that we are supposed to. All right. Yes, we could, we have jobs, work your jobs, but use your job to facilitate your indigenous life. Okay. Brothers and sisters, the only right that you truly have is when you are on your land. You feel me? Is when you are on your land. That's why when you are born once again, they take your soul and they take it off the land and they put it on paper. So that means you have no rights anymore. The only thing that you have is privileges that are given to you, that are allocated to you. So the only true right that we have is when we are on our land. So I don't care if it's half an acre. Okay? I don't care if it's 50 feet of land and you have a little teepee on that piece of land right there. Nobody has a right to tell you what to do. So the key is what? Going back to the land. Why do you think the crown had to take the land away from our ancestors? Huh? Why? Because once your land is gone, once you have no more rights to the land, that means what? You have no rights to anything else. You're absolutely welcome, fam. You have no rights to anything else. So I don't care how many cars you own. I don't care how beautiful your apartment is. I don't care how many bags and purses you have. I don't care how beautiful your weavies or your nails. I don't care what kind of rims you got on your car. I don't care what kind of sneakers you got. It don't mean a damn thing. It don't mean anything, because you ain't got no rights. Okay? You ain't got no rights. So at the end of the day, brothers and sisters, all I'm just saying is step up. All right? Step up. So I just wanted to come share that information with you guys. Like I said, today I'm going to do a series of videos. So I'm going to, conclude this video. I'm going to take a break. And then maybe in another hour or two, I will do another video. I want to do at least 3 videos today with different bills. Okay, at least 3, because I don't want to just put everything in one. All right, I definitely want to do them in segments. So this again, this video was just opening up your mind again. I appreciate that. Thank you. Just opening up your mind again to show you that everything is voluntary. Brothers and sisters, we are living in a contractual universe, not just in a system, in a universe. And everything that you do is based on contract. Everything that they send you is an invitation. You have to put the burden of proof on them. Show me and prove to me that I owe you this. At the end of the day, it's all an assumption. It's an allegation. It's that simple. IRS cannot, yes, IRS could say you owe them, but they have to prove it. Prove to me that show me the contract. Prove to me that I owe you this. You see, people are walking around in fear. They're afraid of this big bad wolf, the 3 letters IRS. You feel me? I'm just saying, man. And we have lost who we are because we lost hold of our land. So my brothers and sisters, like I said, I don't care if you have to buy for now until we're able to until we're able to acquire some more of our land without paying anything. I suggest that you buy something, even if it's 1 acre. Acres of land is not that expensive. You could literally buy an acre. It depends in what area it is, for like $500 or even less for an acre of land. And you know on that acre of land that you are God on that acre of land. I could grow my own food. I could find some way to get some water. I could find my way to provide my own electricity. Man, as long as you are able to facilitate yourself with this basic essentials, right? Not paying rent, not paying electricity, not buying food, not buying water. My brothers and sisters, as long as you're able to do those 4 things for yourself, and here's another one, teach your own children. 5 of them, okay? As long as you're able to do this, man, we have already won the battle, or at least more than half of the battle. It's not going to take much. It's not going to take much, okay? If you spend $80 a week doing hair and nails, if you spend $80 or $150 a week buying sneakers or doing whatever, all you do is what? You know what? You save your money for 5 weeks, and then you buy yourself an acre. Man, it's that simple. Buy yourself an acre. That's how you start. You start small. Okay? You start small. Oh, yes. Once we start growing our food, we could have our own markets. And we don't have to sell it to each other. We could barter. Okay? You give me some, I got oranges, and you got apples, or you got, pear, or you got mangoes or whatever. All right? Hey, here's some mangoes. Give me some oranges. All right? I'm just saying. We don't necessarily have to use money. We don't necessarily have to use money. Let us use the money when it's absolutely necessary. Okay? First, we use the money to create the foundation. We use the money to create the foundation. And then we could start bartering with each other. All right? That's what we used to do, brothers and sisters. That's what we used to do. So don't tell me it's not possible, because our ancestors did it. But everybody wants the easy way out. Everybody wants, and yes, nationwide, that's what we got to do. 3 acre, it says 3 acres with mobile home and 3 shed and 1 or 2 car garages available. $10,000. Come on. You know what I'm saying? And that's 3 acres. I'm talking about 20 or 30 of us could literally get that. $10,000. 20 people put up $500 a piece. And then we build. So my thing is, don't tell me the life that you're living is not voluntary. Don't tell me that. There is no way anybody's going to convince me of that. No. Don't lie to me. I'm not going to drink the Kool-Aid. No. I'm not going to. All right? No. And guess what? Not everybody's going to unite. Not everybody's going to get it. But I'm talking about the people with the same like minds, because we are the ones that's going to change this around. You feel me? We are the ones that's going to change this around. I'm on the land trying to show my brothers and sisters the example. I am showing how it could be done. Do you think that no, I'm not living the life I used to live in the city. No, I'm not. I'm just going to be honest, man. I mean, it's a long, big trailer, but because we don't have the solar panels up just yet, so what? I'm getting lights from the lamp pole and I got to pay as I go, right? And that's cool because I'm making the sacrifice until we're able to get our own solar panels. But because it is taking so much to heat up the entire trailer, so what did I do? There's a little laundry room, right? And what I did, the little laundry room is literally, I would say what? Let me see, about 1, 2, 3, 4, about 6 feet, about 7 or 8 feet long, and about maybe 5 feet or 4 feet wide. Okay? And I have one little heater, and that's how I make myself comfortable. I'm good because I know I have to make the sacrifice. You feel me? I have to see it before I could manifest it. And I see the vision. Okay? I see the vision. It may not look like much, but I'm good because I got a peace of mind. I've already taken care of the big overhead, no rent. Okay? No water because we got 2 natural wells. So that's already dealt with. Food, we're growing food, but it's cold. So once in a while, we have to go into town and get some food until we're able, once again, to get our solar panels so we're able to heat up our greenhouse all year round. So now we have food all year round. But if we don't start somewhere, then we will not get anywhere. Okay? I tell people I'm not here to sell any illusions or any dreams. No, I'm here to show you the real. It takes work. But the work that I'm putting in is for me and my people that's around me. While we are out there in their cities, building their cities, dealing with their codes, dealing with their statutes and their regulations. And yes, that's right. In certain areas, you could grow year round. So certain things we're able to grow in certain places, we could all trade. Certain foods that we cannot grow year round, we could get it from our brothers and sisters who could grow that food year round. And then we give them certain things and they give us certain things. Man, listen, we could do this. But my question is, who is willing to step up to do it instead of just talking? Who is willing to step up and put in the actual work? Who is willing to come together and put our resources together and make it happen? We start in one location. All right? We build that location. Then we go to another location. We help our brothers and sisters build in that location. Then we go to another location. We help our brothers and sisters build in that location. Before you know it, we got 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100 different locations in all parts of the country. So no matter where you go, you got a home. Or you know what? You in California? All right, let me call my family D. Yo, D, we in California. All right, fam, come over. You go in Indiana. Hey, peace and love, fam. You go wherever. We got family. That's the vision that I have. Instead of doing all this talking. You feel me? That's the vision that I have. Because I know it can be done. Oh, hey, we already doing it. We out here in Missouri doing it. We have already started. All right. So like I said, it's just a matter of coming together and doing what we have to do. Because I love to travel. I would love to go in different places and help my brothers and sisters build. It's that simple, man. It's not hard. It is not hard. I see other ethnic groups do it. Mexicans do it. Arabs do it. Africans do it. Jewish people do it. Italians do it. Syrians do it. The Irish do it. The Mormons do it. Everybody else seems to be doing it except for the so-called African American and so-called black people in America. So how are you going to tell me everybody else could do it, but we can't do it? So how are you going to tell me it's not a choice? Prove to me that it's not a choice. Yes, we may have more of a disadvantage because of the situations we are put in. Yes, don't get me wrong. I am going to admit to that. But we have overcome more obstacles than any other ethnic group on the face of this earth. So I know we could come up, we could stand up and make this thing happen. I know that for a fact. And every single time I do a video, my email is in the link below for a brother and a sister to reach out to me. All right, Chief, how can we make this happen? You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, man. All I could do is just be the example. Is that it? That's all I could do. I cannot force you to do anything. Okay? I've told people from day one, that's what I'm about. That's what I'm about. And the more of us that come together and unite to make this happen, the more powerful we'll be. There's strength in numbers. And the truth of the matter is, when you're on your land, you're able to protect yourself. When you're in the city, there's all these codes, all these legal jargons that you got to deal with. Oh, well, you cannot protect yourself, but we could walk around with our guns, but you can't walk around with yours. Man, all this stuff, brothers and sisters, you are leaving it because you volunteer it. All right. So with that being said, once again, my email is in the link below for those of you who want to link, and we come up with ideas that we could facilitate each other with. We could help build each other. That's what I'm about building, man. Debate is to beat. I'm not here to beat anybody up. All right. So I want to continue to build. That's it. Build and build and build, because the more we could get into this organic way of life, we're able to open up our pineal gland. We're able to step into a realm that we truly need to be into. All right. I live in Jersey. Man, like I said, I'm in Missouri. We got nation members in Jersey. All right. We got people in Jersey. So at the end of the day, we have to be able to link with each other. And of course, yes, it's true, all the cities are being gentrified. But you know what I tell people? Give them the cities. It's cool. Give them their cities, because that's where you have to deal with all the codes. All right? I'm on the land. All that stuff don't apply. All that stuff don't apply. And that's facts. All right? So with that being said, that's going to conclude the first video for today. I'm going to take a break. And brothers and sisters, man, feel free to share your email with brothers and sisters, man. All right? Share your email with brothers and sisters. Hey, you know what? Hit me up. Let us see how we could build. Because like I told y'all before, it's only those that's on that frequency that's going to change this around. Because everybody else is too blind. They can't see what's going on. They can't see. They're not ready for it. It's not time for them to see that message. Okay? So, yes, share your emails. And if you're in the same territory, link up, build, work together. Show us what you're doing. I would love to eat some of those melons. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, man, we have a choice. Okay? We have a choice. And that's just what it's all about. All right? And at the end of the day, man, life is what you make it. Our circumstances are the thoughts that projected our circumstances. Okay? Let us stop making excuses. And at the end of the day, say this: we have to give these people back their gods, because their gods aren't working for us. We are the gods. All right? We are the gods, and they know that. You see, there we go. We got Jersey, Alabama, California, South Carolina. And you have Louisiana. I'm in I'm in Missouri. You know what I mean? So look at that. We already have at least 6 different states. Okay? We have 6 different states, and we have a greenhouse out here. Okay? Right here alone, we already have at least 6, 7 different states where we could all build. So all I'm just saying is, what's the excuse? My email is in the link below, so I could connect everybody. All right? We could connect, and we could do a conference call, and we could start working on some things. And I'm just gonna leave it as that. All right. So until the next video, like I said, I want to do at least 3. I want to do at least three, if not 4 builds today. Okay. So guys, my email is in the link below. I know you guys are going. I mean, I know you guys are building right now, but like I said, I wanna space out these videos. I don't want to make it too long because a couple of reasons. I just want to stay on topic. So we have discussed some of the things that we have gone through in terms of everything being voluntary, and that I'm certainly sure would come up in other videos, but I want to just deal with things based on topic. All right. So the next one, the next video I might do would talk about probably dealing with the energy and also dealing with the mindset of the people. All right. And that fear that our people need to let go of. Okay. And we need the energy of our spiritual warriors. That's what we're going to step into the next build. All right. So you said you have hey D Butler, like I said, send me an email. My link is in the email below. So Rashid, send me an email. I will link everybody up. All right. I will link everybody up because for some reason YouTube, in the chat, they kind of like censor certain certain comments, so I don't know. So there we go. I guess I could show it. All right, there we go. So that's so send me an email. All right, send me an email so we could, like I said, we could build and we could work on a few things and make some things happen. Because man, honestly, I want to be able to go wherever and be like, I got a brother or I got a sister there. Hey, you know what, man? I'm in California. I'm in South Carolina. I'm in North Carolina. I'm in this. I'm in Indiana. I'm all over the place. That's what I want to be able to do. And I want brothers and sisters to feel the same way. You come to Missouri, man, guess what? You got a spot. All right? And that's how we got to do it, man. We don't really need the matrix. Let us only use the matrix when we have to use the matrix and step right back into our indigenous capacity. That's all I'm just saying. And we all could teach each other something. All right. So until the next build, we will talk soon. Like I said, I'm going to do at least 3 to 4 builds. How do I get your email? My email is in the link below. It's always in the link below. All right. I'm going to put it here again, but it's in the link below. Here it is again, but it's always in the link below. All right. Send me an email and I will connect everybody who send me an email. I will connect. You see what I'm saying? Just send me an email and let me know that you want to chat or whatever. What's going on here? And I will link everybody up. All right. Grand Rising. Oh man, there we go. I don't know what am I doing here. All right, brothers and sisters. So I'm about to conclude this live. It was a great build. All right. I hope you guys are going to be looking forward to the next one. Like I said, I'm going to do at least 3 of them today, if not 4. But definitely we're going to do 3. All right. So I appreciate you guys' time and your energy. And it's time to build. All right. We're not about tearing down. We ain't doing that. All right. Let us use our energy to build. Okay. So the next video, we're going to talk about, get a little more into energy. We're going to talk about the pineal gland. We're going to talk about certain foods. So we're going to get into that. All right. So we'll talk. I'll definitely will see you guys in a few. Peace and love to our war chief right here. Peace and love, brother. What it is. We're about to conclude this. And the next video, definitely we're going to go deeper, taking things to a higher, a higher level. All right. Dealing more in the spiritual realm. So we're going to talk about that. And we will talk to you guys soon. All right. Peace, love, harmony, and light. I'm out. Next build, maybe in the next hour, hour and a half, or maybe even before that. I'm gonna just take a quick break and chill for a minute. All right. Peace.